starting now.
All right. The Actor's Nightmare. Scene, basically a stage, maybe with a few set pieces on it or around it. George Spelvin, a young man, wanders in. He looks baffled and uncertain where he is. Enter Meg, the stage manager, in jeans, sweatshirt, perhaps pleasant, efficient.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how I got in here.
Oh, thank goodness that you're here. I've been calling you.
Pardon?
An awful thing has happened. Eddie's been in a car accident and you have to go on for him.
Good heavens, how awful. Who's Eddie?
Eddie.
He looks blank.
Edwin? You have to go on for him.
On for him?
Well, he can't go on. He's been in a car accident.
Yes, I understood that part, but what do you mean, go on for him?
You play the part. I know that you haven't had a chance to rehearse it exactly, but presumably you know your lines and you've certainly seen it enough.
I don't understand. Do I know you?
George, we really don't have time for this kind of joshing. Half hour.
She exits.
My name isn't George, it's... Well, I don't know what it is, but it isn't George.
Enter Sarah Siddons, a glamorous actress, perhaps in a sweeping cape.
My God, did you hear about Eddie?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's just too awful. Now, good luck tonight, George, darling. We're all counting on you. Of course, you're a little too young for the part, and you are shorter than Edwin, so we'll cut out the lines about bumping your head on the ceiling. And don't forget, when I cough 3 times, that's your cue to unzip the back of my dress, and then I'll slap you. We changed it from last night.
She starts to exit.
Wait, please. What play are we doing exactly?
What?
What is the play, please?
Coward.
Pardon?
Coward. It's the coward, Noel Coward. George, don't do that. For a second, I thought you were serious. Break a leg, darling.
She exits.
Coward. I wonder if it's Private Lives. At least I've seen that one. I don't remember rehearsing it exactly. And am I an actor? I thought I was an accountant. And why does everyone call me George?
Enter Dame Ellen Terry, younger than Sarah, a bit less grand.
Hello, Stanley. I heard about Edwin. Good luck tonight. We're counting on you.
Wait, what play are we doing?
Oh, very funny, Stanley.
No, really, I've forgotten.
Checkmate
Checkmate.
by Samuel Beckett. You know, in the garbage cans. You always play these jokes, Stanley. just don't do it on stage. Well, good luck tonight. I mean, break a leg. Oh, did you hear? Edwin broke both legs.
She exits.
I've never heard of Checkmate.
Re-enter.
George, get into costume. We have 15 minutes.
She exits. And enter Henry Irving, age 28 to 33, also somewhat grand. Good God! Am I late? Hi, Eddie. Oh, you're not Eddie. Who are you?
You've never seen me before.
Who the devil are you?
I don't really know. George, I think. Maybe Stanley, but probably George. I think I'm an accountant.
Look, no one's allowed backstage before performances, so you'll have to leave. Or I'll be forced to report you to the stage manager.
Oh, she knows I'm here already.
Oh, well, if Meg knows you're here, it must be all right, I suppose. It's not my affair. I'm late enough already.
He exits.
10 minutes, everybody. The call is 10 minutes.
I better just go home.
Takes off his pants.
Oh dear, I didn't mean to do that.
Enter Meg.
George, stop that. Go into the dressing room and change. Really, you keep this up and we'll bring you up on charges.
But where is the dressing room?
George, you're not amusing. It's that way. And give me those. I'll go soak them for you.
Please don't soak them.
Don't tell me my job. No, go get changed. The call is 5 minutes. 5 minutes, everyone. 5 minutes. Places.
A curtain closes on the stage. Darkness. Lights come up on the curtain. A voice is heard. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? At this evening's performance, the role of Elliot, normally played by Edwin Booth, will be played by George Spelvin. The role of Amanda, normally played by Sarah Bernhardt, will be played by Sarah Siddons. The role of Kitty, the barmaid, will be played by Mrs. Patrick Campbell. Dr. Pittman will play himself. The management wishes to remind the audience that the taking of photographs is strictly forbidden by law and is dangerous as it may disorient the actor. Thank you. The curtain opens. There is a very little set, but probably a small set piece to indicate the railing of a terrace balcony. Some other set piece might be used to indicate wealth, elegance, French Riviera. Sarah Siddons is present when the curtain opens. She is in a glamorous evening gown and is holding a cocktail glass and standing behind the terrace railing, staring out above the audience's head. There is the sound of recorded applause. After a moment, George arrives on stage, fairly pushed on. He is dressed as Hamlet, black leotard and large gold medallion around his neck. As soon as he enters, several flash photos are taken, which disorients him greatly. When he can, he looks out and sees the audience and is very taken aback. We hear music.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
What?
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Yes, that's true. Am I supposed to be Hamlet?
Whose yacht do you think that is?
Where?
The Duke of Westminster, I expect. It always is.
Well, perhaps. To be or not to be, I don't know any more of it.
Elliot, please.
Are we?
Our honeymoons.
Are we?
Oh, no. Yes. Me with Victor and you with Sybil.
Ah.
Tell me about Sybil.
I've never met her.
Ah, Elliot, you're so amusing. You're married to Sybil. Tell me about her.
Nothing much to tell, really. She's sort of nondescript, I'd say.
I'd bet you were going to say that she's just like Lady Bundle, and that she has several chins, and one blue eye, and one brown eye, and a third eye in the center of her forehead, weren't you?
Yes, I think so.
Victor's like that too. I bet you were just about to tell me that you traveled around the world.
Yes, I was. I traveled around the world.
How was it?
The world?
Yes.
Very nice.
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
Not really.
And Ireland?
Oh, other page.
Did I skip? Oh. Oops, sorry. Sorry. I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
I guess it did.
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
Hard to say. What brand biscuit box?
I always feared the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it? Did it?
I wonder whose yacht that is out there.
Did it?
Enter Meg. She's put on an apron and maid's hat and carries a duster, but is otherwise still in her stage manager's garb.
My, this balcony looks dusty. I think I'll just clean it up a little.
Dusts and goes to George and whispers in his ear. Exits.
Not only did the Taj Mahal look like a biscuit box, but women should be struck regularly like gongs.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Yes, quite extraordinary.
How was China?
China.
You traveled around the world. How was China?
I liked it, but I felt homesick.
How was China?
Lots of rice. The women bind their feet.
How was China?
I hated it. I missed you.
How was China?
I hated it. I missed Sybil.
How was China?
I missed the maid. Oh, maid!
How was China?
Just wait a moment, please. Oh, maid!
Enter Meg.
Aha, there you are. I think you missed a spot here.
She crosses, dusts, and whispers in his ear. Exits.
How was China?
Very large China.
And Japan?
Very small Japan.
And Ireland.
Very green.
And Iceland.
Very white.
And Italy.
Very Neapolitan.
And Copenhagen.
Very cosmopolitan.
And Florida.
Very condominium.
And Perth Amboy.
Very mobile home, I don't know.
And Sybil.
What?
Do you love Sybil?
Who's Sybil?
Your new wife who you married after you and I got our divorce.
Oh, were we married? Yes, I forgot that part.
Elliot, you're so amusing. Oh, you make me laugh all the time. So do you love Sybil?
Probably. I married her.
He under her breath.
Oh, Elliot, darling, I'm sorry. We were mad to have left each other. Kiss me.
They kiss. Enter Dame Ellen Terry as Sybil in an evening gown.
Oh, how ghastly!
Oh dear, this must be Sybil.
Oh, how ghastly! What shall we do?
We must speak in very low voices and attempt to be civilized.
Is this Amanda? Oh, Elliot, I think she's simply obnoxious.
How very rude!
Oh, Elliot, how can you treat me like this?
Hello, Sybil.
Well, since you ask, I am very upset. I was inside writing a letter to your mother and wanted to know how to spell apothecary.
Apothecary.
Thank you.
Writes it down. Sarah looks over her shoulder.
Don't scribble, Sybil.
Did my eyes deceive me, or were you kissing my husband just a moment ago?
We must all speak in very low voices and attempt to be civilized.
I was speaking in a low voice.
Yes, but I could still hear you.
Oh, sorry.
I can't hear a bloody word she's saying. The woman's a nincompoop. Do say something, Elliot.
I couldn't hear her either.
Elliot.
You have you have to choose between us immediately. Do you love this creature or do you love me?
I wonder where the maid is.
Oh, forget about the maid.
Maid.
You could never have a lasting relationship with a maid. Choose between the two of us.
I choose... Oh, God, I don't know my lines. I don't know how I got here. I wish I weren't here. I wish I had joined the monastery like I almost did right after high school. I almost joined, but then I didn't.
Oh, Elliot, your malaria is acting up again and you're ranting. Come. Who do you choose? Me or that baggage over there?
You're the baggage, not I. Yes, Elliot, who do you choose?
I choose... I'm sorry, what is your name?
Amanda.
I choose Amanda. I think that's what he does in the play.
Very well, I can accept defeat gracefully. I don't think I'll send this letter to your mother. She has a loud voice and an overbearing manner, and I don't like her taste in tea china. I hope, Elliot, that when you find me hanging from the hotel lobby chandelier with my eyes all bulged out and my tongue hanging out, that you'll be very, very sorry. Goodbye.
She exits.
What a dreadful sport she is.
Poor Sybil! She's going to hang herself.
Some women should be hung regularly like tapestries. Oh, who cares? Whose yacht do you think that is?
The Duke of Westminster, I expect.
How dare you mention that time in Mozambique? Oh, darling, I'm sorry. I love you madly.
I've inhaled your cigarette ash.
She unzips the front of his Hamlet doublet. He looks confused, then slaps her. She slaps him back with a vengeance. They both look confused.
There, we're not angry anymore, are we? Oh, Elliot, wait for me here and I'll pack my things and we'll run away together before Victor gets back. Oh, darling, isn't it extraordinary how potent cheap music can be?
She exits. Recorded applause on her exit. George sort of follows a bit, but then turns back to face the audience. Flash photos are taken again. George blinks and is disoriented. Lights change, the sound of trumpets is heard, and Henry Irving, dressed in Shakespearean garb, enters and bows grandly to George.
Hail to you, lordship.
Hello, are you Victor?
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
This doesn't sound like no coward.
A traunt disposition, good, my lord.
You're not Victor, are you?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Yes, and how was it?
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Hard upon. Yes, I see.
Enter Meg.
Oh, good, the maid.
She whispers to him.
Thrift, Horatio! The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. What does that mean?
Meg exits.
She's gone already.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Did you? Who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Season your admiration for a while with an attent ear till I may deliver upon the witness of those gentlemen this marvel to you.
I see. I'm Hamlet now, right?
Shh. 2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead waste in the middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure like your father, armed at point exactly, Capipe appears before them with solemn march, goes slowly and stately by them, thrice he walked, by their oppressed and fear surprised eyes, within his truncheon's length, while they distilled, almost to jelly with the fact of fear, stand dumb and speak not to him. This to me, in dreadful secrecy apart they did, and with them the 3rd night kept the watch. Whereas they had delivered both in time from the thing, each word's made true and good. The apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more light.
Oh, my turn? Most strange and wondrous tale you tell, Horatio. It doth turn my ear into a very merry bear bodkin.
As I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true, and we did think it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh yes, my lord. He wore his beaver up.
His beaver up? He wore his beaver up? And does he usually wear it down?
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Well, I am sorry to hear that. My father was a king of much renown, a favorite amongst all in London town, and in Denmark.
I wanton it will.
I warrant it will also.
Our duty to your honor.
He exits.
Where are you going? Don't go!
He smiles out at the audience. Enter Sarah, dressed as Queen Gertrude.
Amanda, good to see you. Whose yacht do you think that is?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turn'st mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tick.
I haven't seen Victor. Someone was here who I thought might have been him, but it wasn't.
Oh, speak to me no more, though these words like daggers enter in mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
Very well. What do you want to talk about?
No more.
She exits.
Don't go! Maybe someone else will come out in a minute. Of course, sometimes people have soliloquies in Shakespeare. Let's just wait a moment more and maybe someone will come.
The light suddenly changed to a dim blue background and one bright white spot center stage. George is not standing in the spot.
Oh dear.
He moves somewhat awkwardly into the spot, decides to do his best to live up to the requirements of the moment.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Oh, maid! Line! Ah! Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I, whether 'tis nobler in the mind's eye to kill oneself or not killing oneself, to sleep a great deal. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our lives are rounded by a little sleep.
The lights change. The spot goes out, and another one comes up stage right. George moves into it.
Thrift, Horatio. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, but to thine own self be true. There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. Extraordinary how potent cheap music can be. Out, damn spot! Come to wive it wealthily in Padua, if wealthily then happily in Padua. Brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him down.
Lights change again. That spot goes off. Another one comes on, center stage, no closer to the audience. George moves into that.
I wonder whose yacht that is. How is China? Very large China. How is Japan? Very small Japan. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Line! Oh my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most of all because they offend thee, my God, who art all good and deserving of all my love, and I resolve to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. Amen. And it's the act of contrition that Catholic school children say in confession in order to be forgiven their sins. Catholic adults say it too, I imagine. I don't know any Catholic adults. Line! When you call for a line, the stage manager normally gives you your next line to refresh your memory. Line! The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain upon the place below when we have shuffled off this mortal coil. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. Get thee to a nunnery. Line! Nunnery! As a child, I was taught by nuns. And then in high school, I was taught by Benedictine priests. I really rather liked the nuns. They were sort of warm, though they were fairly crazy too. Line. I liked the priests also. The school was on the grounds of the monastery. In my junior and senior years, I spent a few weekends joining in the daily routine of the monastery. Prayers, then breakfast, then prayers, then lunch, then prayers, then dinner, then prayers, then sleep. I found the predictability quite attractive, and the food was good. I was going to join the monastery after high school, but they said I was too young and should wait. And I just stopped believing in all those things, so I never did join the monastery. I became an accountant. I've studied logarithms and cosine and tangent. Line! Sorry, this is supposed to be Hamlet or Private Lives or something, and I keep rattling on like a maniac. I really do apologize. I just don't recall attending a single rehearsal. I can't imagine what I was doing. And also, you came expecting to see Edwin Booth, and you get me. I really am very embarrassed. Sorry. Line! I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. Stella! It is a far, far better place I go to than I have ever been before. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T.
Enter Ellen Terry, dragging 2 large garbage cans. She puts them side by side, gets in one.
Not good! Are you Ophelia? Get thee to a nunnery!
She points to the other garbage can, indicating he should get in it.
Get in! Okay.
He does.
This must be one of those modern Hamlets.
Lights change abruptly to start Beckett lighting.
Nothing to be done. Pause, wrinkle nose. Nothing to be done.
I guess you're not Ophelia.
We'll just wait. Pause. Either he'll come. Pause, or he won't.
That's a reasonable attitude. Are we on a guest waiting for Godot?
No, Willie, he came already, and he was an awful bore. Yesterday, he came garlic on his breath, telling a lot of unpleasant jokes about Jews and Polacks and stewardesses. He was just dreadful. Pause. Rolls her eyes upward.
Well, I am sorry to hear that. Pause. So who are we waiting for?
We're waiting for Lefty.
And is he a political organizer or something, I seem to recall?
Yes, dear, he is a political organizer. He always comes around saying, get involved, get off your behinds, and get and organize, fight the system, do this, do that. Oh, he is exhausting. He's worse than Jane Fonda. And he has garlic breath just like Godot. I don't know which of them is worse. And I hope neither of them ever comes here again. Blinks left eye, blinks right eye, closes eyes, opens them.
So we're not really waiting for anyone, are we?
No, dear, we're not. It's just another happy day. Pause, smile, pause. Picks knit from head.
Do you smell something?
That's not your line. Willie doesn't have that many lines. Oh, Willie, how talkative you are this morning.
There seems to be some sort of muck at the bottom of this garbage can.
Mustn't complain, Willie. There's muck at the bottom of everybody's garbage can. Count your blessings, Willie. I do. 1, 2, 3. Are you counting, Willie?
I guess so.
I'm up to 3. 3 is my eyesight. Oh my God, I've gone blind. I can't see Willie. Oh my God. Oh, what a terrible day. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh, well, not so bad really. I only used my eyes occasionally when I wanted to see something, but no more.
I really don't know this play at all.
Count your blessings, Willie. Let me hear you count them.
All right. 1, 2, 3. That's my eyesight. 4. That's my hearing. 5. That's my master charge. 6. That's...
Did you say God, Willie?
No.
Why did you leave the monastery, Willie? Was it the same reason I left the opera?
I have no idea.
I left the opera because I couldn't sing. They were mad to have hired me. Certifiable. They were certified shortly afterward, the entire staff. They reside now at the Rigoletto House for the mentally incapacitated. In turn, pause. Tries to touch her nose with her tongue.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Oh, Willie, listen, a voice. Perhaps there is a God.
At this evening's performance, the role of Sir Thomas More, the man for all seasons, normally played by Edwin Booth, will be played by George Spelman. The role of Lady Alice, normally played by Sarah Bernhardt, will be played by Sarah Siddons. The role of Lady Margaret, normally played by Eleanora Deuce, will be read by the stage manager. And at this evening's performance, the executioner will play himself.
What did he say?
The executioner will play himself.
What does he mean, the executioner will play himself?
Lights change to Man for All Seasons general lighting. Enter Sarah as Lady Alice, and Meg with a few costume touches, but otherwise in her stage manager's garb and carrying a script as Lady Margaret.
Oh, Father, why have they locked you up in this dreadful dungeon? It's more than I can bear.
I've brought you a custard, Thomas.
Mother's brought you a custard, Father.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Father, if you don't give in to King Henry, they're going to cut your head off.
Aren't you going to eat the custard I brought you, Thomas?
I'm not hungry, thank you.
Sudden alarming crash of cymbals or something similarly startling music occurs. The executioner appears upstage. He is dressed in a traditional headsman, the black mask, bare chest and arms, a large axe, and more legitimately alarming, he looks the better. He can be played by the same actor who plays Henry Irving, and blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God, I've got to get out of here.
He's over here, and he'll never give in to the king.
No, I might. Quick, is this all about Anne Boleyn and everything?
Yes, and you won't give in because you believe in the Catholic Church and the infallibility of the Pope and the everlasting life of the soul?
I don't necessarily believe in any of that. Sir, there's been an error. I think it's fine if the king marries Anne Boleyn. I just want to wake up.
Oh, don't deny God, Father, just to spare our feelings. Mother and I are willing to have you dead if it's a question of principle.
The first batch of custard didn't come out all that well, Thomas. This is the second batch, but it has a piece of hair in it, I think.
Shut up about the custard, would you? I don't think the Pope is infallible at all. I think he's a normal man with normal capabilities who wears gold slippers. I thought about joining the monastery when I was younger, but I didn't do it.
Oh, I was having such a pleasant dream, Willie. Go ahead, let him cut your head off. It'll be a nice change of pace.
The executioner, who has been motionless, now moves in a sudden gesture. He reveals the cutting block that waits for George's head.
That blade looks very real to me. I want to wake up now or change plays. I wonder whose yacht that is out there.
Sarah
No,
offers.
thank you. A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
Sir Thomas More, you have been found guilty of the charge of high treason. The sentence of the court is that you be taken to the Tower of London, thence to the place of execution, and there your head shall be stricken from your body, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Meg helps George out of the garbage can.
All this talk about God, all right, I'm sorry I didn't go to the monastery. Maybe I should have, and I'm sorry I giggled during Mass in 3rd grade, but I see no reason to be killed for it.
Nothing to be done. That's what I find so wonderful.
Meg puts George's head on the block.
No!
Do I understand you right? You wish to reverse your previous stand on King Henry's marriage to Anne, and to deny the Bishop of Rome?
Yes, God, yes, I could care less. Let him marry 8 wives.
That's a terrible legacy of cowardice for Sir Thomas More to leave behind.
I don't care.
I'm going to ignore what you said and cut your head off anyway. And then we'll pretend you went with death nobly. The church needs its saints, and school kids need their heroes. And children have got to have heroes to look up to. Don't you all agree?
Oh, I agree. I know I need someone to look up to. Pause, smile, picks her nose.
Yes, I can feel myself waking up now. The covers have fallen off the bed and I'm cold and I'm going to wake up so that I can reach down and pull them up again.
Sir Thomas More, prepare to meet your death.
Be quiet! I'm about to wake up!
Sir Thomas More, prepare to meet your death.
I'm awake!
Looks around him. Sarah offers him custard again.
No, I'm not.
He doesn't know his lines.
Sir Thomas More, prepare to meet your death.
Line!
You turn to the executioner and say, "Friend, be not afraid of your office. You send me to God."
You don't like that line? Give me another.
That's the line in the script, George. Say it.
I don't want to.
Say it.
Say it, Willie. It'll mean a lot to me and to generations of school children to come.
Oh, Hamlet, speak the speech, I pray you, trippingly on the tongue.
Say it.
Friend, be not afraid of your office. You send me extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
That's not the line.
Women should be struck regularly like gongs.
George, say the line right.
They say you can never dream your own death, so I expect I'll wake up just as soon as he starts to bring the blade down. So perhaps I should get it over with?
Say the proper line, George.
Friend, be not afraid of your office.
Bye, Willie.
Goodbye, Hamlet.
Goodbye, George.
Goodbye, Sir Thomas.
You send me to God.
Executioner raises the axe to bring it down. Sound of the axe coming down.
Behold, the head of Sir Thomas More.
I wish I weren't blind and could see that, Willie. Oh well, no matter. It's still been another happy day. Pause, smile, wrinkles nose. Pause, picks knit from head. Pause, wriggles ears. All in darkness, utterly useless. No one can see her. She stares ahead. Count to, end of play.
Business lunch at the Russian tea room. Scene. Chris, a playwright, is going through a large basket of laundry, mostly white sweat socks. He's laboriously matching the socks, checking the tops of the socks to see if the stripes are blue or red or black, thin or thick, etc. The phone rings. On another part of the stage is Margaret, Chris's agent. She's holding a phone calling him. Worldly, smart, quick, a little inexact in her listening, Chris answers the phone, which is near his laundry.
Hello?
Hello, Chris. It's me. Are you awake yet?
Is this public television again? I have renewed my membership and I don't care about the umbrella, so please stop calling.
Chris, this is your agent.
Oh, Margaret, hi.
Are you writing on your play?
No, I'm doing laundry. I'm matching socks, actually. Making sure I don't put a blue stripe with a black stripe or a thin double red stripe with a thick single red stripe.
Well, That won't earn me my 10%, will it?
No, but I need socks in order to wear shoes.
Yes, details. I am reminding you that you have a meeting at the Russian tea room with Melissa Stearn.
Oh, right. Yes, I'd almost forgot. Who is she again?
She's a new script development person at Zorvax.
Silverrat? Isn't that a medication for cold sores?
Oh, is it? Maybe it's xylophone? You know, one of those film production companies. She's apparently very hot in Hollywood right now, and she likes writers from the theater. Apparently Lanford Wilson wrote something for her.
Oh, well, that's good. Do you have any checks coming in for me?
Well, the royalty from your one act is coming in.
Oh, how much is that again?
$250.
Oh, yes. That's not very much.
Now, darling, that play was only 10 minutes.
It was a half an hour.
Oh, well, it just flew by. Chrissy, dear, we know theater pays less, and that's why you should go meet with Melba Stringer and make one of those development deals. Write a movie, write a TV show.
Melba Stringer?
Who's Melba Stringer?
You mean Melissa Stearn?
Yes, Melissa Stearn. Call me later.
Hangs up and exits. The sound of chatter and clinking silverware. The stage transforms itself into the Russian tea room. The Russian tea room has a lot of red in it. A booth appears. The booth is in the form of a half circle, and the seating and back are made of red leather or naugahyde. A round table with a pink tablecloth on top of it fits into the booth. This may be achieved with stagehands dressed as waiters, but however it's done, it should be fast and a little overwhelming. Chris does not exit, but lets this activity swirl around him. He is still holding his laundry basket. He sits in the booth that's been brought out and puts his laundry basket on the seat next to him. A waiter in a red tunic with a Russian feel to it brings him a bowl of something. Here's your borscht, sir.
I didn't order borscht. This isn't mine.
You don't want it?
No, I didn't order it. I just got here.
I'll take it back then. Exits. Enter Melissa Stearn. Very high energy, very forceful, dressed in a power dress, 100% sure of her opinions, and loves the movie business.
Christopher, Melissa Stearn. I'm sorry I'm late. I just flew in from LA and the limousine got stuck in traffic. But luckily, I ran into Kim Basinger at the airport and she rode in the car with me. So I had a movie star to talk the whole way. I'm so pleased to meet you. I love your work. Prelude to a Kiss is my favorite play. It was my life story, exactly.
It was your life story? You mean on your wedding day, your spirit left your body and entered the body of an old man?
Well, not literally, of course, but I just loved the play. It was my life story exactly. Although I've never been married, I like to have affairs with black men and then just move on from one to another. Eventually I'll have a baby though, and I think that's part of the point of being a woman. You should do everything once.
Yeah. You mean ice hockey, mass murder, working in a library?
Exactly. Waiter!
She's so certain of herself that the waiter comes immediately.
I'll have blinis and a beluga and a tall iced tea, stirred with a stick, not a spoon. And what will you have?
I'll have the scrambled eggs.
You should have the borscht. It's delicious here.
He doesn't like borscht.
Yeah, thank you for remembering.
Bring it to him anyway.
Waiter starts to exit.
No, I'll have scrambled eggs, please.
The waiter exits. We don't know if you heard Chris or not.
Christopher, all of us at Zero Facts feel that we want to return to the old-fashioned kind of movie where characters have dialogue and thoughts and emotions, like 4 Weddings and a Funeral. We think that was great, Hugh Grant and romance and people buying tickets. That's what it's about, and that's what makes a different kind of movie company. We're interested in quality.
I have to tell you, I didn't actually write Prelude to a Kiss. That was Prejudice.
Oh, that's right. Well, he wasn't available. So we called you. My assistant, Jane, loves your work. She said, why don't you call Christopher? He's a very funny writer, and I thought that was a brilliant idea.
Thank you.
I love theater writers. I produced Sleazerama for television last year. Did you see it? It got great numbers. It was about a serial killer who became president, but who found his humanity after he got AIDS and died. Everybody loved it. Wilson wrote the first script, which was beautiful, but we had to throw it out because none of the network people liked it. So we had Babalu Feldman rewrite every single word, but Lanford understood. He thought we wanted something sensitive, but we didn't. I hope he brings the caviar soon. I have a meeting with Nora Ephron in 15 minutes. Nora Ephron is the kind of quality writer we want to work with. That's why I'm meeting with you as well.
Thank you.
We want Nora to write a movie for Meg Ryan where Meg is a widow who misses her husband dreadfully. They had this really special relationship, and then some man hears her talking on the radio, and he's really moved by what she has to say, so he wants to contact her. But the switch is it's her husband who hears her on the radio. She's not a widow at all. He disappeared at sea, just like Julia Roberts did in that movie. What do you call it? Blah, blah, blah. And then he shows up, and he kills her. It's sort of like Sleepless in Seattle meets Psycho. Oh, what was that Julia Roberts movie called?
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Ah, yes, Sleeping with the Enemy in Seattle, something like that. Waiter, I need my food now, please.
All right. Here's your fucking caviar. Gives her caviar, gives Chris borscht.
Oh, terrific. I love caviar. Not the taste exactly, but the sense of status it gives me. It's sort of like going to the bank and eating your money. Delicious, yummy.
I didn't order borscht. I don't like borscht. I want scrambled eggs. Or truthfully, I'd like a BLT, but I'm sure the Russian tea room doesn't have BLT.
Enjoy your meal. Fuck you. Exits.
Why is he being so rude?
Oh, rudeness doesn't bother me. Stupidity does, but not rudeness. I love to stand in a long line and then just walk to the front and cut in. And if somebody doesn't like it, I just say, fuck you. You ordered the borscht. Good for you. I thought you didn't like it. So do we have a deal? Do you want to write the movie?
What movie?
I haven't told you the idea. I told you the Nora Ephron. Now, that's what's meant for her. Don't steal it. We'll sue you. I'm involved in 6 lawsuits right now. One of them against my own mother. I'm going to make her beg. Now, here's the idea for you. Shall I tell you?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm here.
Okay. Here goes. It's about a Catholic priest and a rabbi who fall in love, and then, O. Henry style, each has a sex change without telling the other one. So you want to do it? See, you're the perfect person because Janet tells me you know all about the Catholic Church. You wrote a play about it once, and you went to Catholic school apparently for like 100 years or something.
Yes. Well, 12 years.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, you must have incredible stories.
Uh-huh.
And this story is so perfect for you.
I'm glad you thought of me, but you know.
What? Don't you think it's brilliant?
Yes, but I don't really know anything about rabbis.
Well, we'll call up a Jew. We'll call up a Jew, and we'll get them to tell you. I had dinner once with Philip Roth. I'll call him at home.
Takes out her.
No. Please don't call him yet. I'm not sure if this is the right idea for me.
Oh, it's a great idea. Conceptual, but with lots of feeling. Oh, I wonder if you can do feeling. Well, we'll get Bo Goldman to come in and put some feeling in it, but we really think you'll understand the religious angle.
Uh-huh.
Do you like the idea?
Well, I can see why you want to do it.
Oh, this idea really pushes the envelope.
Yeah, yes, it does. Yes.
So when can you start?
I'm not sure that I'm available actually. Trying to write a play, and I have some letters to answer, and I haven't finished sorting my laundry.
I think it's great that you brought your laundry to the Russian tea room. Very individual. Janet said you were a real person. And I like that because I'm a real person.
Honey, you don't seem like one.
That's just my LA cover. Underneath, I'm a real person with throbbing, shrieking needs and neuroses. If we work together, you'll get to see that side of me. My mother knows that side. She's going to go bankrupt, and if she apologizes in public, maybe we'll keep her from going to jail.
Really? Now that sounds like an interesting story.
No, just mother-daughter stuff, you know. Competition for the father, mother's a bitch, it's been done. Turns to a Dearman, postcard from the edge. It's not new, it's not fresh. Now this priest-rabbi sex change is touching, but it's new.
Gee, I'm very flattered, but I don't think I actually want to do it. And I can't explain why. Sometimes I make decisions intuitively, and
I'm not sensitive. You don't like this idea? I have 22 more of them. Want to hear?
shouldn't you be getting to Nora Ephron?
I have a helicopter waiting to take me to the Upper West Side, so I have a couple more minutes still. Let me tell you my other ideas.
All right.
Did you see the movie Cruising?
Yes.
S&M Murders. Al Pacino as an undercover cop posing as a homosexual in leather.
Yes, I remember it.
Hey, redo the whole movie, but with children.
What? You mean 10-year-olds in leather?
Oh, exactly! Did you see Bugsy Malone? It would be like that, only sick. We would get Gus Van Sant.
Yes, I might write that one. But wouldn't we all go to prison?
Clinton likes Hollywood. We get Janet Reno to give us a special dispensation.
Well, I can't believe we'd be allowed to make that.
Push the envelope. Back in 1939, they couldn't say, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Now we say fuck and show decapitation. So life moves forward.
Check, please.
No. I'll pick up the check. Every word I say is tax deductible, 80%. Oh, this caviar is delicious. I don't want to gain weight, though. Excuse me while I make myself throw up in the ladies' room, and then I'll hop on that helicopter and go see Nora Ephron. I'll call your agent. You tell me which idea you want to write, the priest-rabbi thing or the kitty cruising. Either one is fine. We just want quality, but accessibility. Something everyone in the world can identify with. Oh, it's going to be great. Zero Facts is really excited about working with you. Oh, it was great meeting you.
Melissa puts out her hand. Before Chris takes it, she puts her fingers down her throat and starts to gag.
Which way to the ladies' room? Do you know?
Puts fingers down throat some more, exits. At Melissa's exit, the restaurant transforms itself away again. Chris gets out of the booth and grabs back his laundry basket as the booth disappears away. We are now back in Chris's apartment where he had been folding laundry before. Phone rings again. It's Margaret.
Hello?
Hello, Chrissy. It's Margaret. How did your meeting with Melissa Stearn go?
It went very well.
Do you want to write it?
I think I need to finish matching my socks and then maybe take a bath. Then I need to take my brain out and let it soak overnight in Clorox or something, and then maybe I should consider moving to Europe.
Oh, you didn't like her. Well, just take a nap. She's not the only person in Hollywood.
Yeah, but sometimes it feels like she is.
Now, don't overreact. Sleep on it. Remove her personality from the equation, and maybe her idea is actually good. Trust me, open your mind. Don't be so judgmental. Mull over the idea for the evening. All right?
All right.
Margaret and Chris both hang up. Margaret exits. Chris stares and tries to think through Melissa's ideas.
A priest, a rabbi. They fall in love. It's funny, it's touching. Different cultures, they clash, they contrast. Easter versus Passover. Baptism versus Brie. They meet cute in an S&M bar with Al Pacino. No, that's the other idea. They meet at a communion breakfast.
Church bells are heard. On a different part of the stage, enter a handsome young priest.
Good morning, Mrs. McGillicuddy. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the sermon.
He's young, he's handsome, he's celibate. Rabbi Teitelbaum comes into the church and looks confused.
Enter the rabbi, played by an actress. She is dressed as an Orthodox rabbi and has a beard and a black hat.
Oy vey, where am I?
May I help you?
Their eyes meet. They consider dating. They go to discos.
Suddenly, disco music, flashing lights. The priest and rabbi start dancing together. From another part of the stage, Melissa appears, a voice in Chris's head.
No, not vulgar. We want sensitivity. Zero Facts is big on sensitivity.
They don't go to a disco. They go for long walks in the autumn. They discover one another's humanity.
Sweet music. The priest and rabbi hold hands. Mime walking.
What beautiful trees. I see God's face in the autumn leaves.
Yes, Rabbi. Me too.
Oy, but I feel so guilty.
Don't feel guilty. Oh, Moish. Even though we have different beliefs, I see more and more that your immortal soul looks just like mine.
Yeah, but sexy. Sensitive, but sexy.
The priest and rabbi stop walking, look at one another intently.
You make me hot.
You make me hot too.
I don't think I'm gay, and yet I long to touch your penis.
Oi, please. I'm a rabbi.
It's a sin, but can love be a sin?
I think it can.
Good tension. Sex versus religious beliefs. Excellent. They're gay, they're not gay. Makes it easier to cast the actors. Philadelphia made money, but they didn't kiss enough. Have them kiss.
I feel so drawn to you, Moich.
Oh, Patrick. Patty boy. Even though it's against the Torah, inside my heart, I know I want to stop you.
Oh yes.
The priest and rabbi keep looking intently at one another.
We don't need them to say shtupping. That's bad writing. Just have them kiss, and we'll cut to a close-up of their tongues.
The priest and rabbi embrace and kiss intensely.
Then there's an earthquake, and God strikes them dead. It's a replay of Sodom and Gomorrah, and he kills the priest and the rabbi, and everyone in the movie business in Los Angeles.
Good idea, but save it for the end. They haven't had their sex changes yet.
I don't want to write this.
The priest and rabbi have been continuing to kiss, but at the above line they stop and look at Chris.
Keep kissing!
The priest and rabbi go back to kissing.
No, keep writing. You're doing well.
No, I won't write this. It's idiotic. You should write it yourself. You like the idea so much.
The priest and rabbi stop kissing when Chris says, I won't write this. They stare at Chris and Melissa.
Good idea. I'll write it myself. I'll get help from Nora and Bo and Babaloo. I'll pay myself $300,000. It'll be great!
He exits happy.
So I don't make the money. So what? I'm going to focus on what's simple and true. I'm going to fold my laundry.
With dignity and importance, he starts to match his socks. The priest and the rabbi come over to Chris.
May we help?
Yeah, please.
The priest and rabbi help match the socks and perhaps fold t-shirts.
Red stripe with red stripe. Then double blue stripe with double blue stripe. Light blue stripe with light blue double stripe. Green sock with green sock.
Chris, rabbi, and priest keep trying to match the socks. For some reason, it is very hard to make a match. The rabbi in particular keeps holding up one sock with another and discovering that it is not a match. They are not upset or frustrated doing this. It's just the task they've committed to do. Happy, contented music plays. Lights fade on Chris, the rabbi, and the priest, matching the socks in the laundry basket. End.
Oh. For whom the southern bell tolls. Scene. A warm, fussy living room setting. A couch, a chair, homey and warm. Maybe a fringed throw over the couch. Maybe a vase of, oh my gosh, I can't read. Maybe a vase of whatever those are. Enter Amanda, the Southern Belle mother, dressed nicely for company, feminine clothing, though perhaps an earlier feeling to what she's wearing.
Rise and shine! Rise and shine! Lawrence, honey, come on out here and let me have a look at you.
Enter Lawrence, who limps across the room in his 20s, or maybe a young-looking 30. He is very sensitive, and he is wearing what are clearly his dress clothes. Amanda fiddles with his bow tie and stands back to admire him.
Lawrence, honey, you look lovely.
No, I don't, Mama. I have a pimple on the back of my neck.
Oh, don't say the word pimple, honey. It's common. Now, your brother Tom is bringing home a girl from the warehouse for you to meet, and I want you to make a good impression, honey.
It upsets my stomach to meet people, Mama.
Oh, Lawrence, honey, you're so sensitive. It makes me want to hit you.
I don't need to meet people, Mama. I'm happy just by myself, playing with my collection of glass cocktail stirrers.
Lawrence smiles wanly and limps over a table on top of which sits a glass jar filled with glass swizzle sticks.
Lawrence, you are a caution. Only retarded people and alcoholics are interested in glass cocktail stirrers.
Each one of them has a special name, Mama.
Picks up one to show her.
This one is called string bean because it's long and thin.
Picks up another one.
And this one is called string bean because it's long and thin.
Picks up a blue one.
And this one is called blue because it's blue.
All my children have such imagination. Why was I so blessed? Oh, Lawrence, honey, how are you going to get on in the world if you just stay home all day year after year playing with your collection of glass cocktail stirrers?
I don't like the world, Mama. I like it here in this room.
I know you do, Lawrence, honey. That's part of your charm some days. But, honey, what about making a living?
I can't work, Mama. I'm crippled.
He limps over to the couch and sits.
There is nothing wrong with your leg, Lawrence. Honey, all the doctors have told you that. This limping thing is an affectation.
I only know how I feel, Mama.
Oh, if only I had connections in the mafia. I'd have someone come and break both your legs.
Don't try to make me laugh, Mama. You know I have asthma.
Your asthma, your leg, your eczema. You're just a mess, Lawrence.
I have scabs from the itching, Mama.
That's lovely, Lawrence. You must tell us more over dinner.
All right.
That was a joke, Lawrence.
Don't try to make me laugh, Mama. My asthma.
Now, Lawrence, I don't want you talking about your ailments to the feminine caller your brother Tom is bringing home from the warehouse, honey. No nice-bred young lady likes to hear a young man discussing his eczema, Lawrence.
What else can I talk about, Mama?
Talk about the weather. Or red china.
Or my collection of glass cocktail stirrers?
I suppose so, honey, if the conversations come to some god-awful standstill. Otherwise, I'd shut up about it. Conversation is an art, Lawrence. Back at Blue Mountain, when I had 17 gentlemen callers, I was able to converse with charm and vivacity for 6 hours without stop and never once mention eczema or bone cancer or vivisection. Try to emulate me, Lawrence, honey. Charm and vivacity and charm and vivacity and charm.
Well, I'll try, but I doubt it.
Me too, honey. But we'll go through the motions anyway, won't we?
I don't know if I want to meet some girl who works in a warehouse, Mama.
Your brother Tom says she's a lovely girl with a nice personality. And well, does he meet girls except the few who work at the warehouse? He only seems to meet men at the movies. Your brother goes to the movies entirely too much. I must speak to him about it.
It's unfeminine for a girl to work at a warehouse.
Now, Lawrence, if you can't go out the door without getting an upset stomach or an attack of vertigo, then we have got to find some nice girl who's willing to support you. Otherwise, how am I ever going to get you out of this house and off my hands?
Why do you want to be rid of me, Mama?
I suppose it's unmotherly of me, dear. But you really get on my nerves. Limping around the apartment, pretending to have asthma. If only some nice girl would marry you and I knew you were taken care of, then I'd feel free to start to live again. I'd join Parents Without Partners. I'd go for dinner dances. I'd have life again, rather than just watch you mope about this stupid apartment. I'm not bitter, dear. It's just that I hate my life.
I understand, Mama.
Do you, dear? Oh, you're cute. Oh, listen, I think I hear them.
From off stage.
Mother, I forgot my key.
I'll be in the other room.
Starts to limp away.
I want you to let them in, Lawrence.
Oh, I couldn't, Mama. She'd see I limp.
Then don't limp, damn it.
From off.
Mother, are you there?
Just a minute, Tom, honey. Now, Lawrence, you march over to that door or I'm going to break all your swizzle sticks.
Mama, I can't.
What? You are a grown boy. Now you answer that door like any normal person.
I can't.
Off.
Mother, I'm going to break the door down in a minute.
Just be patient, Tom. Now you're causing a scene, Lawrence. I want you to answer that door.
My eczema itches.
I'll itch it for you for a second, Lawrence.
All right, I'm breaking it down.
Sound of the door breaking down. Enter Tom and Ginny Bennett, a vivacious, friendly girl dressed in either factory clothes or else a simple, not too frilly blouse and slacks.
Oh, Tom, you got in.
Why must we go through this every night? You know the stupid fuck won't answer the door, so why don't you let him alone about it? My kid brother has a thing answering doors. He thinks people will notice his limp, his asthma, and his eczema.
Excuse me, I think I hear someone calling me in the other room. Coming!
Bob calls to an imaginary person.
Coming!
Exit.
Now, see what you've done. He's probably going to refuse to come to the table due to your insensitivity. Oh, was any woman as cursed as I, with one son who's too sensitive and another who's this big locks. I'm sorry. How rude of me. I'm Amanda Wing-Valley. You must be Virginia Bennett from the warehouse. Tom has spoken so much about you. I feel you're almost one of the family, preferably a daughter-in-law. Welcome, Virginia.
Call me Ginny or Jim, just don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, how amusing. Why is she shouting? Is she deaf?
You're asking why I'm speaking loudly? It's so that I can be heard. I'm taking a course in public speaking, and so far we've covered organizing your thoughts and speaking good and loud so people in the back of the room can hear you.
Public speaking. How impressive. You must be interested in improving yourself.
What?
You must be interested in improving yourself.
Yes, I am!
When's dinner? I want to get this over with fast. Everything's going to shout all evening.
What?
Dinner is almost ready.
Who's Freddie?
Oh, Lord. No, dear. Dinner is ready!
Good, I'm hungry as a bear.
You must be very popular at the warehouse, Ginny.
Oh, no popsicle for me, ma'am, although I will take you up on some gin.
What?
I would like some gin!
Well, fine. I think I'd like her to get her drunk too, Tom. Why don't you go and make two Southern ladies some nice summer gin and tonics and see if Sister would like a lemonade.
Sister?
I'm sorry. Did I say sister? I meant brother.
Hey, Four Eyes, want a lemonade?
Tom's so amusing. He calls Lawrence Four Eyes even though he doesn't wear glasses.
And does Lawrence wear glasses?
What?
You said Tom called Lawrence Four Eyes even though he doesn't wear glasses, and I was wondering if Lawrence wore glasses, because that would, you see, explain it.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Lawrence someday. Speaking of Lawrence, let me go check on the supper and see if I can convince him to come out here and make conversation with you.
Oh, no thank you, ma'am. I'll just have the gin.
What?
What?
Never mind. I'll be back, or with luck I won't.
Amanda exits. Ginny looks around uncomfortably and sees the table with the collection of glass cocktail stirrers.
They must drink a lot here.
Enter Tom with a glass for Ginny.
Here's your gin, or Ginny.
What?
Here's your poison.
Oh, no thanks. I'll just wait here.
Ginny now notices the offered drink and takes it.
Have you ever thought that your hearing is being affected by all that loud machinery at the warehouse?
Scenery. You mean like trees? Yes, I like trees.
I like trees too.
Tom sort of gives up on the conversation and leafs through his newspaper.
Now you get out of that bed this minute, Lawrence Wing-Valley, or I'm going to give that overbearing girl your entire collection of glass gobbledygook. Is that clear?
Amanda pushes in Lawrence, who is wearing a blue nightshirt.
I believe Lawrence would like to visit with you, Ginny.
Tom brought me my drink already. Thank you, Mrs. Wing-Valley.
You know, dear, a hearing aid isn't really all that expensive. You might look into that.
No, if I have the gin, I don't really want any Gatorade. Never liked the stuff anyway, but you feel free.
Thank you, dear. I will.
Takes Tom by the arm to lead him away back to Charm.
Come, Tom, come to the kitchen and help me prepare the supper, and we'll let the two young people converse. Remember, Lawrence, charm and vivacity.
Putting down the newspaper.
I hope this dinner won't take long, Mother. I don't want to get to the movies too late.
Oh, shut up about the movies.
Smiles charmingly at Ginny and Lawrence. Amanda and Tom exit. Lawrence stands still uncomfortably. Ginny looks at him pleasantly. Brief pause.
Hi!
Hi. I'd gone to bed.
I never eat bread. It's too fattening. I have to watch my figure if I want to get ahead in the world. Why are you wearing that nightshirt?
I'd gone to bed. I wasn't feeling well. My leg hurts, and I have a headache, and I have palpitations of the heart.
No, I don't know. Hum a few bars. I'll see.
Here's her odd statement. Can't figure it out, says shyly.
We've met before, you know.
Uh-huh.
We were in high school together. You were voted girl most likely to succeed. We sat next to one another in Glee Club.
I'm sorry. I really can't hear you. You're talking too softly.
You used to call me Blue Roses?
Blue roses. Yes, I remember, sort of. Why did I do that?
I had been absent from school for several months, and when I came back, you asked me where I'd been, and I said I'd been sick with viral pneumonia, but you thought I said Blue Roses.
I didn't get much of that, but I remember you now. You used to make a spectacle of yourself every day in Glee class, clumping up the aisle with that great big noisy leg brace on your leg. God, you made a racket.
I was always so afraid people were looking at me and pointing. But then eventually Mama wouldn't let me wear the leg brace anymore. She gave it to the Salvation Army.
Oh, I've never been in the Army. How long were you in for?
I've never been in the Army. I have asthma.
You do? May I see it?
See it?
Well, sure, unless you don't want to.
Maybe you want to see my collection of glass cocktail stirrers.
Lawrence lifts to the table with his precious collection. Ginny follows behind him.
I call this one String Bean because it's long and thin.
Thank you.
They're not for use! They're a collection.
Well, I guess I stirred it enough.
They're my favorite thing in the world. I call this one Q-tip because I realized it looks like a Q-tip, except it's made out of glass and doesn't have little cotton swabs at the end of it. Q-tip!
Really?
Takes it and puts it in her ear.
No! Don't put it in your ear! Now it's disgusting.
Well, I didn't think it was a Q-tip, but that's what you said it was.
I call it that! I think I'm going to throw it out now.
Puts Q-tip aside somewhere, holds up another one.
I call this one Pinocchio because if you hold it perpendicular to your nose, it makes your nose look long.
Pulls it up to his nose.
Uh-huh.
Holds up another one.
And I call this one Henry Kissinger because he wears glasses and it's made of glass.
Uh-huh.
Takes it and stirs her drink again.
No, they're just for looking, not stirring. Mama, she's making a mess with my collection.
From off. Oh, shut up about your collection, honey. You're probably going to drive the poor girl bananas.
Sorry. Thank you. Oh, shut up that collection. You're probably going to drop the poor girl bananas.
Oh, no bananas, thank you. My nutritionist says I should avoid potassium. You know what I take your trouble to be, Lawrence?
Mama says I'm retarded.
I know you're tired. I figured that's why you put on the nightshirt, but this won't take long. I judge you to be lacking in self-confidence. Am I right?
Well, I am afraid of people and things, and I have a lot of ailments.
But that makes you special, Lawrence.
What does?
I don't know, whatever you said. And that's why you should present yourself with more confidence. Throw back your shoulders and say, "Hi, how you doing?" Now you try it.
Hello, how are you?
I don't know, it's about 8:30, but this won't take long, and then you can go to bed. All right, now try it. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Ooh, now swagger a bit. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Good, Lawrence, that's much better again.
Lawrence starts to enjoy this game with Ginny. Amanda and Tom enter from behind them and watch this.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
The Braves played a hell of a game, don't you think?
The Braves played a hell of a game, don't you think?
Oh, God, I feel sorry for their children. Is this the only girl who works at the warehouse, Tom?
Hi, Mrs. Wingbelly. Your son Lawrence and I are getting on just fine, aren't we, Lawrence?
Please, no need to shout. I'm not deaf, even if you are.
What?
I'm glad you like Lawrence.
What?
I'm glad you like Lawrence.
What?
Why don't you marry Lawrence?
Oh.
Oh, Mama.
Oh. dear, I see. That's why Shakespeare asked me here.
Shakespeare.
The first day of work, she asked me my name, and I said Tom Wing Valley, and she thought I said Shakespeare.
Oh, dear Mrs. Wing Valley, if I had a young brother as nice and as special as Lawrence is, I'd invite girls from the warehouse home to meet him too.
Oh, well, I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
And you're probably hoping I'll say that I'll call again.
Really? We haven't even had supper yet. Thomas, shouldn't you be checking on the roast pig's feet?
I guess so. If anything interesting happens, call me.
But I am afraid I won't be calling on Lawrence again.
This is so embarrassing. I told you I wanted to stay in my room.
Hush up, Lawrence.
But Lawrence, I don't want you to think that I won't be calling because I don't like you. I do like you.
You do?
Sure. I like everybody. But I got 2 time clocks to punch, Mrs. Wing Valley. One at the warehouse and one at night.
At night? You have a second job? That is ambitious.
Oh, not a second job, ma'am. Betty.
Pardon?
No, who's deaf? What? Betty. I'm involved with a girl named Betty. We've been going together for about a year. We're saving money so we can buy a farmhouse and a tractor together. So you can see why I can't visit your son, though I wish I could. No hard feelings, Lawrence. You're a good kid.
Lawrence looks extremely crushed and sad. He limps over to his collection and takes one of his precious swizzle sticks and offers it to Ginny.
I want you to keep this. It's my very favorite one. I call it thermometer because it looks like a thermometer.
You want me to have this?
Yes, as a souvenir.
Well, there's no need to call me a queer. Fuck you and your stupid swizzle sticks.
Throws the offered gift upstage.
You've broken it!
What?
You've broken it! You've broken it!
So I've broken it. Big fucking deal. You have 20 more of them here.
Well, I'm so sorry you have to be going.
What?
Hadn't you better be going?
What?
Go away!
Well, I guess I can tell when I'm not wanted. I guess I'll go now.
You and Betty must come over some evening, preferably when we're out.
Uh-huh. So long, Shakespeare. See you at the warehouse. So long, Lawrence. I hope your rash gets better.
You broke thermometer.
What?
You broke thermometer!
Well, what was a thermometer doing with the swizzle sticks anyway?
Its name was thermometer, you nitwit!
Let it go, Lawrence. There'll be other swizzle sticks. Goodbye, Virginia.
I sure am hungry. Any chance I might be able to take a sandwich with me?
Certainly you can shake hands with me if that will make you happy.
I said I'm hungry.
Really, dear? What part of Hungary are you from?
Oh, never mind. I guess I'll go.
That's right. You have 2 time clocks. It must be getting near to when you punch in Betty.
Well, so long, everybody. I had a nice time.
Thanks, it's quiet. Amanda walks towards the kitchen and calls off to Tom in a contained voice.
Tom, come in here, please. Lawrence, I don't believe I would play the Victrola right now.
What Victrola?
Any Victrola.
Yes, Mother. Where's Ginny?
The feminine caller made a hasty departure.
Old Four Eyes bored her to death, huh?
Oh, drop dead.
We should have you institutionalized.
That's the first helpful thing you've said all evening. But first things first. You played a little joke on us, Tom.
What are you talking about?
You didn't mention that your friend is already spoken for.
Really? Huh, I didn't even think she liked men.
Yes, well, it seems odd that you know so little about a person you see every day at the warehouse.
The warehouse is where I work, not where I know things about people.
The disgrace. The expense of the pig's feet, a new tie for Lawrence, and you, bringing a lesbian into this house. Why, we haven't had a lesbian in this house since your grandmother died. And now you have the audacity to bring in that...
Dyke.
Thank you, Lawrence. That overbearing, booming-voiced bulldyke into a Christian home.
Oh, look, who cares? No one in their right mind would marry Four Eyes here.
You have no Christian charity or filial devotion or fraternal affection.
I don't want to listen to this. I'm going to the movies.
You go to the movies to excess, Tom. It isn't healthy.
While you're out, could you stop at the liquor store and get me some more cocktail stirs? She broke thermometer and she put Q-tip in her ear.
Listen to your brother, Tom. He's pathetic. How are we going to support ourselves once you go? And I know you want to leave. I've seen the brochure for the Merchant Marines in your underwear drawer, and the application to the Air Force, and your letter of inquiry to the Ballet Trocadero. So I'm not unaware of what you're thinking. But don't leave us until you fulfill your duties here, Tom. Help, brother, find a wife or a job or a doctor, or consider euthanasia. But don't leave me all alone, saddled with him.
Mama, don't you like me?
Of course, dear. I'm just making jokes.
Be careful of my asthma.
I'll try, dear. Now, why don't you hold your breath in case you get a case of terminal hiccups?
All right.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the movies.
I don't believe you go to the movies. What did you see last night?
Patty of Lee in Beaver City.
And the night before that?
I don't remember. Humpy Busboys or something.
Humpy what?
Nothing. Leave me alone.
These are not mainstream movies, Tom. Why can't you see a normal movie like The Philadelphia Story or The Bitter Tea of General Yen?
Those movies were made in the 1930s.
They're still good today.
I don't want to have this conversation. I'm going to the movies.
That's right. Go to the movies. Don't think about us. A mother alone, an unmarried brother who thinks he's crippled and has no job. Oh, stop holding your breath, Lawrence. Mama was kidding. Don't let anything interfere with your selfish pleasure. Go see your pornographic trash that's worth anything Mr. D.H. Lawrence ever envisioned. Just go to the movies.
All right, I will. The more you shout about my selfishness and my taste in movies, the quicker I'll go. And I won't just go to the movies.
Go then. Go to the moon, you selfish dreamer. Oh, Lawrence, honey. What's to become of us?
Tom forgot his newspaper, Mama.
He forgot a lot more than that, Lawrence, honey. He forgot his mama and his brother.
Lights dim on Amanda and Lawrence on the couch, perhaps with Lawrence's head on Amanda's shoulder. Lights lower to a dim glow on the two of them as if they are a memory. They are still. Tom enters from the side of the stage into a bright spotlight and addresses the audience directly. His tone is mournful and whatever.
I didn't go to the moon. I went to the movies. In Amsterdam. A long, lonely trip, working my way on a freighter. They had good movies in Amsterdam. They weren't in English, but I didn't really care. And as for my mother and brother, well, they were impossible to live with, so I didn't miss them. Or so I, for something pursued me. It always came upon me unawares. It always caught me by surprise. Sometimes it would be a swizzle stick in someone's vodka glass, or sometimes it would just be a jar of pig's feet. But then, all of a sudden, my brother touches my shoulder and my mother puts her hands around my neck, and everywhere I look, I'm reminded of them. And in all the bars I go to, there are those damn swizzle sticks everywhere. I find myself thinking of my brother, Lawrence, and of his collection of glass. My mother. I begin to think about their story, make a good novel, or even a play. Mother's hopes, a brother's dreams, pathos, humor, even tragedy. But then I lose interest, and I really haven't the energy. So I'll leave them both dimly lit in my memory, for nowadays the world is lit by lightning. When we get those colored lights going, it feels like I'm on LSD or some other drug, or maybe it's the trick of my memory, or the memory of some trick. Play with your cocktail stirs, Lawrence. And so, goodbye.
Tom, I hear you out on the porch talking. Who are you talking to?
No one, Mother. I'm just on my way to the movies.
Well, try not to be too late. You have to work early in the warehouse tomorrow. And please don't bring home any visitors from the movies. I'm not up to it after that awful girl. Besides, if some sailor misses his boat, that's no reason you have to put him up in your room. You're too big-hearted, son.
Yes, Mother. See you later.
Look at the light through the glass, Mama. Isn't it amazing?
Yes, I guess it is, Lawrence. Oh, but both my children are weird. What have I done, oh Lord, to deserve them?
Just lucky, Mama.
Oh, don't make jokes, Lawrence. Your asthma, your eczema, my life.
Don't be sad, Mama. We have each other for company and amusement.
That's right. It's always darkest before the dawn, or right before a typhoon sweeps up and kills everybody.
Oh, poor Mama. Let me try to cheer you up with my collection. Is that a good idea?
It's just great, Lawrence. Thank you.
Holds up a yellow swizzle stick.
I call this one Daffodil because it's yellow and daffodils are yellow.
Uh-huh.
And I call this one Curtain Rod because it reminds me of a curtain rod.
Uh-huh.
And I call this one Ocean because it's blue and the ocean is blue.
I thought you called the blue one blue, you idiot child. Do I have to listen to this pathetic prattling the rest of my life? Can't you at least be consistent?
No, I guess I can't.
Well, try, can't you? I'm sorry, Lawrence. I'm a little short-tempered today.
That's all right.
Silence. Amanda looks at Lawrence and feels bad for yelling at her pathetic child. She decides to try to make up.
Do you have any other swizzle sticks with names, Lawrence?
Yes, I do. I call this one Mama!
Throws it on the floor with a sudden sharp motion. Pause. Amanda has to take this in.
Well, that's lovely, Lawrence. Thank you.
I guess I can be a little short-tempered too.
Yes, well, whatever. I think we won't kill each other this evening, all right?
All right.
I'll just distract myself from my rage and despair and read about other people's rage and despair in the newspaper, shall I?
Picks up Tom's newspaper.
Your brother has the worst reading and viewing taste of any living creature. This is just a piece of filth. Man has sex with chicken, then makes casserole. Ugh, disgusting. Oh, Lawrence, honey, look. It's the evening star. Let's make a wish on it, honey, shall we?
All right, Mama.
Amanda holds up the newspaper and she and Lawrence close their eyes and make a wish.
What did you wish for, darling?
More swizzle sticks?
You're so predictable, Lawrence. It's part of your charm, I guess.
What did you wish for, Mama?
The same thing, honey. Maybe just a little happiness, too, but mostly just some more swizzle sticks.
Sad music. Amanda and Lawrence look up at the evening star. Fade to black. End.
The Hardy Boys and Where the Mystery of Where Babies Come From. The title above shows on the screen. Interior, the Hardy Boys' bedroom. Bunk beds, posters on the wall. Episode 1 is superimposed on the screen. Frank Hardy sits at his desk. He's around age 20, nice-looking, preppy, wearing a collegiate sweater. Joe Hardy, his brother, comes in. He's around age 20, nice-looking, preppy, wearing a collegiate sweater.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Joe.
Neat sweater, Frank.
Yours too, Joe.
Dad gave me mine.
He gave me mine too.
Dad's great.
Yeah, he is great.
You want to play Monopoly?
Not now.
Chess?
No, you have to think too hard.
Clue?
No, but you're getting closer. Why don't we do some sleuthing?
Ooh, I love the word sleuthing, Frank. It makes me feel excited right in the pit of my stomach.
Me too. It's a great word.
There's some mystery to solve, Frank, that we can use our sleuthing powers on?
Yes, Joe, there is. But let's change sweaters first.
Music and fade to the same. A few minutes later, the boys are wearing different sweaters.
Nice sweater, Frank.
Yours too, Joe.
Now, what's the mystery?
Well, I heard someone at school say that Nancy Drew may have to get married because she has a bun in the oven.
Gosh, Frank, that doesn't make any sense at all. Our housekeeper, Mrs. Danvers, has whole cakes in the oven. She's never had to get married.
That's just it. Something's fishy here.
I love the word fishy.
It makes me feel excited right in the pit of my stomach. Me too, Joe. And you're right. The whole thing doesn't make sense. Let me think. No, it hurts.
Well, how shall we solve this mystery? I know. Let me interrogate you, Frank. Who told you this crazy thing about buns in the oven?
I don't remember.
Well, that finishes that investigation.
No, wait. The school nurse said it.
Nurse Ratched?
Dun dun dun!
Gosh, that music sure is ominous. I wish Mrs. Danvers would leave our stereo system alone. Maybe we can get Dad to fire her. Then it would be just guys living in the house. I prefer that.
Me too. At least she doesn't sleep here.
And she's so crazy, always trying to get me to jump out of the window.
That's just her sense of humor.
Well, I don't find it funny. Women are terrifying, aren't they?
That's what Dad always said.
Say, speaking of terrifying women, maybe we should go see Nurse Ratched and ask her what she meant about this bun in the oven stuff.
We could ask her, but that seems too simple.
Why don't we do some sleuthing then? My stomach again. It's just like late at night when no, never mind. Why don't we go see Nurse Ratched? But we won't actually ask her anything. We'll pretend we're sick. And we'll kind of talk about things, listening for clues. And that way it'll be sleuthing.
That's a good idea, Joe. But let's change sweaters first.
Okay.
They start to take off their sweaters as we fade. End of episode 1 is superimposed. Interior, the school nurse's office. Nurse Ratched is there looking through a Sears Roebuck catalog. Episode 2 is superimposed. Frank and Joe come in new sweaters.
Hello, Nurse Ratched.
Well, hello, boys. Nice sweaters. What can I do for you?
We wanted to ask you a question.
One of us is sick. We think it might be strep throat.
Strep throat, huh? Which one of you has it?
We're not sure. We thought you better examine both of us.
Sure, I'll examine you. Oh, you boys are so cute. I could eat you up.
Eat us up? Like buns in the oven?
No, not like buns in the oven. Like hot dogs.
Gee, another terrifying woman whose sense of humor I don't understand.
Now, which of you is Frank and which of you is Joe? I get confused.
I'm Frank.
I'm Joe.
And I'm ready for action. Oh, I'm going to be fired if I don't watch it. I just love young men. That's why I took this job. All right, boys, take off your shirts and pants off, and I want to look at your throats.
Okay, but you gotta promise that you'll talk some more about buns in the oven.
Sure. Hot cross buns, French pastries, French movies, X-rated X-rays, anything you want, Joe.
Frank?
I thought you said you were Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry, I am Joe. I just got confused.
You bozo.
Okay, boys, now take off your clothes.
Ominous music. Boys start to remove their sweaters. Camera pans to a clock that reads 3 o'clock. Fade to the same clock, now reading 7:15. It is now darker. Frank and Joe are in t-shirts and boxer shorts. tied up back to back on the examining table. They are alone.
I didn't know they had to tie it up to check the strep throat.
Neither did I.
Okay, let's add up the facts we know so far about the mystery.
Well, Nurse Ratched says we don't have hernias because she gave us that coughing test for 2 hours.
All right, that's fact number 1. What else?
Well, she thinks we're cute.
I think we're cute too. But we need more clues than that to solve this mystery. Nancy may be in trouble.
I find it hard to think all bundled up this way. I wonder when Nurse Ratched's coming back with the bicycle pump.
Mr. Hardy, Frank and Joe's father, comes into the office wearing a suit and looking annoyed.
Frank, Joe, what are you two boys doing here all tied up?
We're sleuthing, Dad. Ooh.
You two boys really are retarded. I should have my sperm analyzed. Don't you know the Nurse Ratched is a sex maniac?
Gosh, Dad, no!
Is she? Wow! And what's sperm? And what's sex? And what's maniac? And what's retarded? And why would Nancy have to get married because of some breakfast food she has in her oven?
What? Breakfast food?
There must be some reason she has to get married.
She's pregnant.
Pregnant? Gosh, what's pregnant?
Well, I guess you boys are old enough to be told the facts now. I kind of wanted to wait until you were 35 or so, but maybe now that you already know this much, I'd better tell you the rest. Okay, fellas, listen up. I'm about to explain where babies come from.
Babies? Wait, what do babies have to do with buns in the oven?
Well, it's complicated and a little bit disgusting.
Go ahead, Dad, we can take it.
We'll start with the flower and the bee. The bee pollinates the flowers by taking pollen from the stamen and delivering it to the pistil, which in the human species is like fertilizing the egg, which is...
Nurse Ratched appears behind Mr. Hardy and puts a cloth soaked in chloroform over his mouth.
That's about all the filth I think the boys should learn today, Mr. Hardy.
Mr. Hardy falls to the floor.
Gosh, Dad, you've been chloroformed. Why did you do that? Are you crazy?
Pope Catholic?
I don't know. He's Polish. Is he Catholic too?
Wait, Joe, we got some clues from Dad right before he lost consciousness. He said something about eggs, and you make eggs on top of the oven, while you make buns inside of the oven. Maybe there's some clue about being on top and being inside.
Doesn't ring any bells with me, Frank. I think we have a lot more sleuthing to do.
Something make you shiver, honey?
The bee, the flower, inside, on top.
That's very nice. That's almost a haiku.
Haiku? Gosh, I just don't understand women.
That's because we have different hormones.
I heard about that in health class. We had to do a paper on what makes a hormone.
And what makes a hormone?
Sorry. I don't know. I got an F. Is that a good grade?
I like a good F.
Can you go away for a minute? I need to think.
Well, I'll be right back. And then we'll take some pictures.
I'm so confused. I feel we're on the brink of learning a really big mystery. But I'm finding it hard to concentrate because we're all tied up in our underwear and the crazy woman keeps coming in here acting all funny.
But she said she wasn't crazy. She said she was a Polish Catholic.
I don't know. Joe, look!
The camera pans over to the floor where their sweaters are lying in a heap.
Joe! She didn't even fold her sweaters! Gosh! Joe, I think she maybe is crazy.
Ominous music. End of episode 2 is superimposed on the screen. Then, next week, Frank and Joe join a health club and get a fungus in a strange place. End.